APC. Progress. A, B, and C. Progress. Distinguished Senator Ita Enang, our brother, Distinguished Senator Ata Idoko, Barrister Nasir Ahmed, the Grand Patron of this organization, Alhaji Ahmed Aminu, all regional coordinators and state coordinators here present, all members from the FCT, may I stand on the already established protocol. Today, the reason we're here is very simple. G37 background story is born out of interest of few persons that are here today. The regional representatives, like I've mentioned earlier. These are captains of industries in their various rights. These are politicians in their various rights, like I've mentioned. But they are passionate about Nigeria. They are passionate about the person of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of Nigeria. So we came together because we have common interests, and we felt there is a need to move a motion that Mr. President should be re-elected in 2027. And the reason is simple. We know where we were before, and we know where we are today as a nation. Everybody can agree with me that the president is doing well, and as such, we need him to consolidate on the gains of the current democratic what we have. And as such, we felt the best we can do as a people is to give him the support. G37, the composition, let us know. We have 36 states in Nigeria plus FCT, making it 37. So we took our time to look around for people of great character, people of great might and what they believe in. So across the 36 states, we selected an individual to represent the states. And today, these people are here. I would want to really commend each and every one of the state coordinators. A whole lot of them, if not being passionate, they flew all the way from Lagos, from Borno, from Bauchi, from Jigawa, from Sokoto. We have them all here. If you are not passionate, and nobody sponsored them, may I let us know this. They did it because they believe in this country and they love this country. And as such, there is nothing you will tell me about these people that would let me not see vision in them, capacity in them. Because a lot of times in Nigeria, if anybody wants to do anything, they will ask you, what do I get? But that is not the matter here. The matter here is, let Nigeria work. We stand with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The message we have here today is very simple, and we are sending it to Nigerians. Across the 36 states, like I said, these are our coordinators. Across the 774 local governments, we have coordinators there. Across the wards in Nigeria, about 8,800 and something, we have coordinators there. We have about 190-something thousand polling units in Nigeria. We have coordinators there. So I will send this signal to us. We are coming to the table with votes. That's the message. We are not Abuja-based politicians. Whatever we are doing, we trickle down to the grassroots. And if you can see the team we have here, our team here is very simple. Grassroots mobilization and unity for renewed hope. That is our assignment. The president has done well sectorially if you look at it. Is it education you want to talk about? Where were we before? Where are we today? Is it infrastructure you want to talk about? Where were we before and where are we today? Most of the roads in Nigeria were almost in the comatose. They were moribund. Everybody knows this. Across the regions. But today, all of these major roads in Nigeria, if you go to them, the Minister of Works, doing the right supervision, you can ensure, or you can see actually that the works are going on all of these roads. You can believe me, across the regions. You see? Now, what do you want to talk about? Is it the economy? This economy was almost nosediving to nothing. Everybody knows that before Asiwaju came on board. But today, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, doctor, was in Nigeria the other time to visit Mr. President. And there was a testimony. She said in her words that Nigerian economy is on the right path and that what is needed now is to grow the economy. That the necessary stimulus should be put in place for the economy to grow. As of today, I make bold to tell us. The first quarter of the year, we had about 1% growth. Second quarter, we had 2% growth. Today, we are having 7% growth. Who would have done that if not Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Who would have done that? So, all of these gains, political gains, have necessitated why these young men and women are out and they left their various states, their comfort areas, and they said, the man that knows this job, the man that can do this job, because it's not about us. What about our children? If we leave Nigeria to decay, what about our children? This is the country God has blessed us with. Now, if we are patriotic, we need to support our leaders. It's not only saying your leaders are not doing well, your leaders are not doing the right thing. As a citizen, what are you doing? That is the question that is faced all of us. And today, I make bold to tell us, the coordinators are here to make a statement. The statement is, continue, Mr. President. And that is why we are here. Thank you, everybody.
So I've been given the responsibility to welcome all of us here, which I do so with relish and diligence. So for this momentous occasion, that is the inaugural meeting of G37 Coalition for Tinubu. Today's gathering is significant for many reasons. First, it demonstrates the resilience and dedication of patriotic Nigerians, which we are all here, because this is a very beautiful, handsome gathering. So, but we are determined to show and to push forward. You know, there is an upstart called ADC trying to muddy the waters. You know, and if care is not taken, they can confuse people. So we people that mean well for this country, you know, we have to recognize that their potential for damage is very high. So part of our job is to counteract the negative information they are going to do. And more importantly, we are pushing forward our positive agenda so that people will appreciate that we are not all talk, but we are action. And at the bottom of our heart is what is good for Nigeria. So we have patriotic Nigerians from 36 states and our FCT. And FCT, you know, the deserve special commendation as hosts, because you have come out in your numbers, because everything starts and fans out from here. So we're happy that we're starting from here because it's the center and it's also the political, you know, headquarters of everything in the country. So we're happy that we have a good representation from FCT. And of course, we have to commend those that have come from outside town, because that is extra commitment. You know, for somebody to live wherever they are, many of them coming by air, and then many things that goes with it. And like the convener said, that there is no, what am I going to have for this? I mean, that is the true, you know, show of a demonstration of patriotism. So we who have come together to ensure that the vision of progress and development championed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu does not waver. That is our mission. Second, this inaugural meeting symbolizes the birth of grassroots movement. There's always been grassroots movement, but my conviction is that this is going to be a grassroots movement with a difference because of the color and the stature of the personalities, you know, that are seen. A movement, and this movement recognizes that true political strength lies not only in leadership at the top, but in support, confidence, and trust of ordinary Nigerians across villages, towns, and cities. So that is our task. That is our mandate. You know, we have to win back the trust of people. And let's face it, once you have a political record to run on as a politician, you know there are a lot of negatives can be drawn from that. So this is where we are, any politician who has gone through a first time, even Buhari when he came in, the groundswell of support that he had during his first time is not exactly what he had in the second time. So people have things to say, well, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. So naturally that is going to be there, especially when we have a big collection of political heavyweights, has-beens, as the senator has said, people who have been there and who are itching to come back by hook or by crook. So we have a duty to win back our grassroots people, which I'm sure we never lost them. But we want to get them to make sure that they are in the, in the right column, in the APC column, as the case may be. So, but how we have to recognize challenges. As I've said, and as the senator has alluded, there are challenges, there are issues. And let's be honest and sincere about that. You know, we're not being disloyal, we're not being debunking of our movement, but we're actually strengthening our resolve. That let's acknowledge that we have issues, so that we can, because these are the kind of things that will be thrown at you when you're on the hustings. So, as we gather here in unity and optimism, it is important that we speak frankly and constructively about the state of our nation. We cannot deny that Nigerians today face numerous challenges. One of them is inflation. Inflation has eroded purchasing power. So we have tons of money, no doubt, but the ability of that money, when converted, or when reflected, or when discounted, you know, over the years, you find that there's a serious challenge. We have tons of money, no question about that. But inflation has wreaked havoc in the purchasing power of not only the states. Where it matters are the ordinary people down to earth. That is where, you know, the issue of inflation is prominent. And that is where any and every relief that can be conceived by this movement and propel us, you know, in pushing it to the grassroots, you know, will make remarkable improvement in the perception and the ability, you know, to give President Tinubu another term. Unemployment remains unacceptably high. It's a serious challenge. We know that the government is not sitting idly by; they are doing quite a lot of things, you know. But we have to admit and we have to accept that it is an issue. That way, you become more credible as you are marshalling your points to the opponent. As you go to the villages, you expect that people will be raising these kind of issues. So let's do so by preparing ourselves before we go out. We know the ammunition that is going to be used against us. If we prepare ahead of time by acknowledging that they exist, then we'll be able to have workable solutions that we can put across, you know, to the polity. Insecurity, no need to debate that. That is an issue, especially in the north. It used to be an enclave, certain event that in different enclaves of the country. But at some point, it appears insecurity has pervaded the entire country. So that threatens lives, livelihoods, and the confidence of citizens in government. So these are three major challenges that we have to acknowledge and we have to face squarely. Acknowledging these realities does not make us disloyal. Rather, it makes us credible advocates for change. It enhances our credibility. For if we are to mobilize millions of Nigerians for President Tinubu for election 2027, we must first show them that we understand their pain, that we share in their aspirations, because everybody wants to be something better than what they are today. And they are hinging their hopes on the leaders of the polity, whom we are canvassing for the top dog, you know, for that position. So we let them appreciate that, and indeed, anybody who has interacted with the president knows that he feels this pain. He feels this pain very passionately. But it takes time before this is effected across the board. So acknowledging to these people that we know what you are going through, we appreciate it, is one way to suit the problem itself. You understand? Acknowledging that a problem exists is a way to manage it. For if we mobilize millions of Nigerian president to election, we must first show them we understand their pain, that we share in their aspirations, and we are committed to pursuing for solutions. Now, why G37 coalition matters now? The G37 coalition for Tinubu is not just another political group. We are a strategic platform designed to bridge the gap between government and our people. Our mission is to mobilize, educate, and advocate. We mobilize communities by building structures in every state, LGA, and ward to ensure that no citizen feels left out of governance. And from what the convener has said, quite a number of people here are not only for state coordinators, we have local council coordinators, we have even up to the world level in certain cases. So that is the way to go. We have to mobilize, at every layer and strata of governance. We have to educate Nigerians on the policies and programs of the administration, not with propaganda, but with facts and results. Ladies and gentlemen, to do this job very well, we have to be equipped with facts. Because government is doing quite a lot, and we have an idea that government is doing quite a lot. Part of how we can sell our case is that the government has done this and this and this and this. So we have to forage for this information, and they become our toolkit. These are things that we have to keep under our sleeves, that we should be able to reel them out. For sure, it will convince people that indeed things are being done. A lot of people don't see the impact, but when they see the results, they will appreciate that something is being done and the impact is being felt. And then we advocate within the corridors of power to ensure that policies of this government are responsive to the needs of the people. Strategic suggestions for the coalition and government. Allow me to suggest some practical steps that I believe this coalition must champion if we are to succeed. One, people-centered messaging. And I know this for a fact that is part of what is being conceived by the group. Our message must be tailor-made to have remarkable impact in the hearts and minds of people. Our message must shift from slogans to solutions. Nigerians want to hear what is being done to reduce food prices, create jobs, and keep them safe. We must frame our advocacy around these core issues. People must know, because that's what happens in America and other places. The government must give specific promises in specific areas. And here it's just the issue of livelihood that is at stake. So we must have things that we have. And government is doing quite a lot. What I'm saying is that let's dredge them out and put them in a compendium and circulate among ourselves. So that we can, when we're engaging people with facts and figures. These are what is done about food prices. Luckily the price of fuel, responding to market demand, has been shifting slowly down. It is conceivable that with time, it is going to be at a reasonable price that people can live with. Certainly the prices of yesterday's are no longer attainable, we all know that. But the high price, is something that is definitely coming, the trend is there. Community engagement, number 2. Political campaigns cannot be waged only in cities and on social media. We must establish community engagement committees in each state, meeting farmers, traders, artisans, teachers, and youth groups. Let us listen, let us learn, and let us take their feedback to those in government. Because there are other bodies that we relate with. Whatever we get can serve as an input into the decision-making process. And it could even be used by, higher authority. Policy advocacy within government. Our support for the president is not blind. We must be bold enough to advise and lobby for reforms that will tame inflation, encourage investment in small businesses, and modernize security operations. If government succeeds, Nigeria succeeds. And so do we.
Pleased and happy to be here to represent the DG. And I'm so happy here to see some powerful dignity in my front here. From my uncle here, I was impressed when I came on the speech that he has been putting on. And we're all here together as one, and on the mandate of our father, uncle, President Bola Tinubu, to stand in for him and to struggle and continue the struggle I started together. And just in 2 years, if some of us can see what our president has done, just 2 years. Whereas some people have spent 8 years, 16 years, and others like that. But 2 years, he has touched people's life. Security now, I can remember when he first took over. Kaduna Zaria was another thing else. It was another thing else. You cannot even gear yourself to say you are going on that road. If you are going, if you are a Christian, you'll be calling Jesus all the time. If you are a Muslim, you'll be calling Muhammad and do all your prayers before you reach here. But we give glory to God today. I can tell you vividly, you can travel even in the night without even getting fed. Because all the way from from Kaduna itself down to Abuja, you can see military men. I think the outpost of military is over 20-something, if I'm not mistaken. So we give glory to God for that. And I can remember the last time he had a meeting with Dr. Kojewela. She said something. She said, in 2 years, you have A1. I think that's what she said. You have A1. So the only thing is just for you to make the economic work. And we know our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is doing that for us now. So thank you all, and God bless you, everybody. Thank you.
The chairman of today's occasion, who is represented by the commander that just left the stage. I recognize our chairman of today, the DG of the TSG group, Tanko Yakasaya. Let me recognize our elder statesman, Senator Ita Enang, who spoke wonderfully. I also want to recognize our host and chief and one of the grand patron of this support group, the G37 for Tinubu support group, Barrister Nazir Ahmad. I also want to recognize your elder brother, our elder brother and our father, retired director, public servant, who also spoke like an economist. Let me recognize the convener and the coordinator of the G37, my dear brother, who has been on this journey with me for over 15 years, I think since 2010. All the national leaders of this support group, the state coordinators of this support group, and local government coordinators that are here present, ward coordinators, you are all very important and special to this group. I came here with some friends of mine. One is a media practitioner and expert. He's been around, Mr. Moses, popularly known as Godfather Production. And the last time I had a meeting with the Tinubu support group, the G37, I did tell them that I'm a part of another support group. And I believe that on this journey, synergy, partnership, will yield better results at the end of the day. And if the support groups can show the path and show the way, it will help the party, the APC, to rather not have factions in the party, but rather synergy, partnership that will ultimately be to the benefit of APC, our party, and Mr. President, the leader of the party. So let me recognize the DG of the Tinubu Renaissance Group, Honorable Yeye Koburat Kolo, the Secretary General, Honorable Francis Henry Folaromi, Comrade Innocent Onu Ogbuche, Regional Coordinator, North Central, and the Auditor General, Mr. Francis Uchenna Egbo, Regional Coordinator Southeast and Director of Logistics. At the end of the day, you will collect the numbers of your colleagues in this support group and continue to synergize for the betterment of APC and Mr. President. I feel a little bit very emotional because if I remember history, way back in 2015, we planted some seeds right here, this premises, and it became something bigger than we anticipated. Correct. I recall we spent from a Thursday to a Sunday, a group of us, we're not more than 10, alongside His Excellency Governor Yaya Dozabelu. I was the chief strategist, so it was a strategy session. As at that time, all the APC gubernatorial aspirants had bought their forms. So it was time to profile and know how to target your warfare to becoming the candidate of the party. So all the entire aspirants, quite a number of them across the 3 senatorial districts, it was time to profile everybody so that you will not dissipate your energy on fighting who is not even a competition. And it was 4 days of good strategy. In one of the duplexes, it was full duplex. I mean, we all lodged there and brought out our tables, wallpaper, paper wall, and we're doing the analysis. Like I said, I am and I still remain the chief strategist. So I coordinated. At the end of the day, one man stood out as the major obstacle, having profiled everybody. And that person is none other but our late leader, Prince Abubakar Audu. We said that is the person we must focus on. If we want to win the ticket, we need to win the ticket. We must focus. We should, these other people, if you dissipate energy there, you will not even get far. And true to type, the primaries came August 29, 2015. Audu won. Yaya Bello came second. 1,109 votes against 703 votes. Young aspirants, beating all the very popular names as you know them. Former senators, retired generals, and the likes. And of course, November 22nd, during the elections, the unthinkable, the unforeseen happened. And the ballot eventually fell on Yaya Bello. So, in honor of our late leader, Prince Abubakar Audu, I would love us to just rise up for a minute silence. May the soul of our leader, late Prince Abubakar Audu, rest in perfect peace with the Lord. Please, let's have our seats. I said I felt very emotional because right there in that room of just 10 persons, things have happened. In fact, 2 of us confirmed are no longer here with us on earth. They are Yusuf Adabenege and Suleiman Abdul Latif, who was PA to His Excellency. And a third person, I used to call him leader, Oga Kabiru. All we will say is we will continue to pray because December 9th of 2024, he was brutally abducted by men of the underworld right there in Okene where he comes from. Until date, we've heard nothing of him. So in our prayer and our quiet time, we continue to pray that God Almighty in His infinite mercy and grace return him back to at least have to see his 7-month-old daughter that was born after his kidnapping. Before I begin, I would like to speak on some of the issues that I listened to. Some that I agree with, some that I do not agree with. Senator, you did very well. You spoke very well. And I agree with you that we should not be insultive. We should not be attacking personalities that already Nigerians know. We are not telling Nigerians anything new. When you are going to war, why waste your arsenal on what is not needful? Why not conserve it until the real war begins? So I agree with you totally on that matter, sir. Our focus should be different. Engage the people, the masses, not the coalition or pollution or whatever it is. In fact, it's a waste of energy. I also agree with you that the coalition and the ADC, as they call themselves, are a blessing to the APC. Why did I say so? If you have no competition, your best cannot come out. But when you are facing the real challenges, a main competition, your best will come out. And APC's best is coming out. And this is about the right time for it to come out, because ab initio, it was foundation laying. And Mr. President has laid the foundations, as you would see in my speech. But now, the best is coming out. We will reel out some of them. I also agree with you that knowledge is power. Campaigns are not won on elections day, neither at rallies and campaign grounds. They are won on dinner tables, in the market square, inside those buses, taxi cabs, newspaper stands. It is how knowledgeable and informed that you are that you will be able to win the argument. And nothing is stronger than a man with knowledge and information. Information is power. So before I proceed, there is a sub 5 minutes clip I would like us to listen to and watch before I go into my main speech. Please, view of what has been, what is, and the future that is to come. Every eagle soars not in calm skies. Every eagle, when they soar, it's not in calm skies, but in the fiercest of storms. That is the mark of greatness. Undoubtedly, that is the signpost of true leadership. This is the story of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the name for whom we are all here gathered this afternoon. Friends, let us arise confidently right now to congratulate one another. I want us to rise and congratulate each other. Congratulate yourselves. Senator.
Congratulations, yes.
Senator. Congratulations. 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 Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have just congratulated ourselves because we are a part of an army led by a veteran who is consistent with victory and whose path to triumph has always been through heavy storms. Follow me on this exciting journey of hope against all odds. When we are done, our faith will be rekindled so we can light up the renewed hope crusade. My brothers and sisters, Nigeria stands today at a defining crossroad. We are a nation of great people, abundant resources, and an unbreakable spirit. But for too long, we've been slowed down by doubt, division, and distrust. Yet, in every generation, there arises a leader, a man who sees tomorrow long before it comes. A man who does not just fight for power, but sacrifices power to build people. For us, that man is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And today, under his banner, let it be clear, Nigeria's future begins with us. Because knowledge is power. The future will not be written by others. It will be written by us, step by step, community by community, one citizen at a time, until the nation is illuminated by truth, not noise. Our strategy is information, not brute. For that is the method of the unskilled in the art of modern politics. When and where it all began, let us not forget where this story began. From the days of the pro-democracy struggle, standing shoulder to shoulder with the late MKO Abiola, may his soul rest in peace, defining the tyranny of the military, risking it all for freedom. He was not just a participant, he was a pillar. Exiled, haunted, threatened, but never broken. Then came 1999. Lagos was sinking. Revenue barely 600 million naira a month. Infrastructure collapsing. But Tinubu stepped in and Lagos rose. He reformed tax, modernized governance, and built the template of what a working state should be. That template today keeps Lagos afloat with over 100 billion naira monthly in IGR. And now Africa's second largest economy. That is vision. That is capacity. And then for 16 long years, how many years? 16 long years. He chose patience. He built orders while withholding his own ambition. He raised governors, ministers, lawmakers, even presidents, waiting for the time when destiny would call his name. And when the time came in 2022 and 2023, against conspiracies, betrayals, and doubts, he stood tall, contested, and won. Not just for himself, but for every Nigerian who believes this country can walk again. So as we go out as G37 for Tinubu, we must bury the lies with truth. And today, my friends, what is he doing with that mandate? Number one, he removed corruption-ridden fuel subsidy, saving trillions for real development. He liberalized the FX regime, confronting decades of deceit in our forex system. Round tripping. Those who are economics understand that. So let me disagree with the representative of the TSG Group DG. The minister, former minister Okonjo-Iweala did not say A1. He didn't say A1. She said, Mr. President has stabilized the economy. And that going forward, we can only grow the economy so that it can impact in the lives of every citizen. You cannot grow without stability. So Mr. President in the last 2 years has laid a foundation of stability. And yes, the currency is not as volatile as it used to be. The price of fuel immediately rose above 1,000 naira. If we all agree, it is coming down, down. And it can only go. Driving power sector reforms to light up homes and industries. Using off-grid alternatives, options, and allowing subnationals to drive their own power needs. States can now generate. That's a bottleneck that has been removed. In your homes, you use power. Before Tinubu, after Tinubu, I'm sure you know, if you must agree with me, and every Nigerian knows that they are more conservative in how they use power now than before. Because it's not a free meal any longer. If I'm leaving my home, I must power off everything. My children are learning. They are becoming more energy conservators than I used to be. That's a positive sign. Because when you know you are going to pay from your pocket, you will be economic with it. It means that as Nigerians, we are getting better in the utilization of energy. And globally, that is what it was. If you go to the UK, if you go to the US, conservation of energy. Reviving railroads infrastructure from Lagos to Kano. The list is endless. The Minister for Works reeled out list of roads. Acquaint yourself with it, especially as it relates to your area. Investing in agriculture and food security to reduce hunger. Massive investment in mechanization. We see those tractors. Commend some governors who are also helping. Typical example is our governor, the former governor of Niger State. And for the very first time, Mr. President, understanding that there needs to be a specific ministry for livestock. Because there lies in real revenue source for our people, especially our people from the extreme north, whose mainstay is rearing and livestock. So when they say Mr. President is sectional and focused on the southwest, this is information. Establishing student loan scheme, NEL fund to ensure no Nigerian youth is denied. The alerts are not getting to my accounts. They are getting to the accounts of our students and brothers in higher institutions across Nigeria, not just in Lagos. Strategically and instrumentally, he used the law to secure local government autonomy. And that is where I find Nigerian citizens, some of us, a little bit docile. Mr. President has done his work through the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. Supreme Court has declared. What are the citizens doing to ensure that the autonomy is practical at the grassroots? Over to the support group. implementing tax reforms that will kick off 1st of January 2026 to widen revenue without strangling the poor and small businesses. Because the ultimate aim of the entire tax reform is free up some disposable income in the hands of the low earners and small businesses and increase productivity of every part of Nigeria. I'm not an economist, but I think that is the summary layman can understand. Implementing, then setting up regional development commissions to fast-track growth. There is the Southeast, there is the North Central, there is the South-South, there is the Northwest, there is the Southwest, in addition to the Northeast that existed before and the Niger Delta. And graciously, he appointed me as a board member of one of those regional development commissions, the Southeast, to represent my geopolitical zone. He is also attracting billions of dollars in foreign direct investment. Why? Foreigners and global nations will not invest in your country if your economy is not stabilized. So when the former minister said, Mr. President has stabilized the economy, it's a boost, a confidence booster for even more foreign direct investment to come into the country. So when the coalitionists, I don't want to mention their name because it's irrelevant, try to badmouth those comments, they are not interested in the nation or its survival, but just in politics and power grab. Strengthening our security architecture from military hardware, coordinated intelligence security architecture under the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, community policing, and now the enhanced forest guard. All this put together will help to curtail the insecurity that is rearing its head in different parts of the country. I appreciate you for not saying everything is good. We won't be helping Mr. President when we say everything is perfect. Because even Mr. President himself, in all his addresses and speeches, also acknowledges the issues, the challenges, but goes further to give us the hope that he is here to solve problems, and problems he will solve. And he is solving those problems. So I appreciate you for highlighting some of those issues. Empowering women and youth through targeted social investment. I've listed about 12, 13 points that you can drill home when you are making a case for this government. This is not theory. This is practical. This is governance in action, not rhetorics. But hear me clearly, my fellow advocates. Our job is not to insult. Our job is not to ridicule. Our job is not to throw tantrums. Our job is to speak with character, integrity, and history. Because who we have been and who we are becoming speaks louder than any word that we can use. That is why we must be the renewed hope vanguard, not just in name, but in words and deeds. To build a nation, you must first build leaders. Do you agree with me? To build a nation, you must first do what? Build leaders. Now, let me prove to you the measure of this man called President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Leadership is not about what you do. It is about who you raise. And President Tinubu has raised over and above 2 World Cup squad of 30 players and above. And I'll just give you a full 30-man renewed hope vanguard leaders he discovered, nurtured, and pushed to greatness. Count along with me. Late President Muhammadu Buhari, former President and Commander-in-Chief. Vice President Kashim Shettima, current Vice President of Nigeria. Senator Remi Tinubu, First Lady of Nigeria and former Senator of the Federal Republic. Atiku Abubakar, former Vice President of Nigeria, presidential candidate of the AC, presidential aspirant of APC 2015, now member of the coalition, representing Northeast. Professor Yemi Osinbajo, are you counting with me? Professor Yemi Osinbajo, former Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice, Lagos State, and former Vice President of Nigeria. Senator Godswill Akpabio, the uncommon senator, the Senate President. Senator Ibrahim Jubril Barau, Deputy Senate President. Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, Speaker, House of Representatives. The Chief from Zaria. Honorable Benjamin Kalu, the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives. Senator Michael Okpeyemi Bamidele, MOB, current Senate Majority Leader, Legislative Strategist. Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, Chief of Staff to the President, former Speaker. Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, Governor, Kwara State, Chairman, Nigerian Governors Forum. His Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos State. Dako Abiodun, Governor of Ogun State. Are you counting with me? Lucky Ayedatiwa, Governor of Ondo State. Kayode Fayemi, former Federal Minister and Governor of Ekiti State. Boyega Oyetola, His Excellency, former Osun Governor, now Minister of Marine and Blue Economy. Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, former Commissioner in Lagos, Osun State Governor, former Minister of the Federal Republic, now a coalition leader representing the Southwest. Babat Jide Raji Fashola, former Chief of Staff to Mr. President, whilst he was a governor, and former Governor of Lagos State, ex-Minister of Works and Power. His Excellency Akinwumi Ambode, former Accountant General and Governor of Lagos State. Are you counting with me? Adams Oshomole Comrade, one-time NLC President, former Edo Governor, ex-APC National Chairman, and now Senator representing Edo North. The late Rotimi Akeredolu, may his soul rest in peace, former Governor of Ondo State. Senator Solomon Olamilekun Adeola Yayi, current Senator. Malam Nuhu Ribadu, pioneer EFCC boss, ACN candidate in the 2011 elections for presidency and the National Security Advisor, present. Chief Dele Alake, current Minister of Solid Mineral Development. Alhaji Lai Mohammed, former Commissioner, Lagos State, former Minister of Information and Culture, missing in action. Number 27, Sunday Dare, former Minister of Youth and Sports, now Special Advisor to Mr. President on Public Communication and Orientation. Olayemi Kadusu, from Lagos, now current Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Chief Bayo Onanuga, current Special Advisor of Information and Strategy to Mr. President. How many? How will I finish and not mention somebody from Kogi State? That would be injustice because I'm from Kogi State. Right Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, 2 times Lagos local government chairman in Lagos, 4-time federal lawmaker, chairman House Committee on Finance, a long-time ally to our leader who incidentally was the running mate of late Prince Abubakar Audu in 2015, and an accomplished son of Kogi. If you look at this list, you will find names from South-South, You will find names from Northwest. You will find names from Northeast. You will find names from the Southwest, where Mr. President comes from. And you will find names from my own geopolitical zone, the North Central. Every geopolitical zone fully represented. This, my friends, is not chance. This is deliberate nation building. This is the Renew Hope vanguard. So I say to you today, Nigerian story is not over. It is only beginning. We have a president who has waited, who has sacrificed, who has built men and women across the nation, and who now leads us with courage. But make no mistake, the responsibility is not his alone. It is ours, because Nigerians' future begins with us. In conclusion, if we rise in knowledge, we rise in power.
My name is Comrade Mazum Abdullahi Magaji from Katsina State.
So what role are you playing in the coalition for this G37?
Yes, actually, as you can see, it's a giant movement for nationality and also for the continuity of Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have gathered here and we have showed patriotism and commitment toward ensuring our full support to ensure that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu continuity come to reality. What do you mean?
Finally, what is our take home from this for the Nigeria, for the renewable agenda, for common Nigeria on the street? Are they finding it easy?
Yes, actually, as I have spoken, the president has already shaped a way for us because of the good work and the good result the citizens of the country are seeing. So I think it's something that you don't need. It doesn't require any hard work, because everybody is seeing the result. If you look at the economy, how he stabilized the economy, and how now he is transforming Nigeria. So I believe every Nigerian citizens who love the development of the country will support this movement, and that's why we are here, and that's why we are in this struggle. Thank you.